So training for retirement can involve things like finances and getting yourself physically ready, but also there's sort of a mental side to retirement that I think gets neglected. And we've been doing a lot of research and watching information about retirement, and we've come across some ideas and some things that might be helpful. So stay tuned and we'll talk a little bit about that. Hi, I'm Jeff.
I'm Sonny.
And welcome to Our Groovy Adventure, where we talk about retirement reimagined. So this is the third video in a three-part series that we came up with, talking about retiring, training for retirement. Retrain. I don't know. I was trying to think of one word that could do the whole thing. So we talked about finances in the first video, and second video we talked about what we're doing to physically get ready for retirement. And this time we're going to get a little more esoteric, and talk about the mental training that we're going to do for retirement. I remember watching a TED Talk a while back, and the guy was talking about phases of retirement, and I know there was, I don't remember it exactly, but I know like the first phase was sort of the vacation phase, where you're just like, oh, I got all this free time, I'm doing all this stuff, I'm sitting on the beach drinking margaritas, blah blah blah.
Well, that's what everybody's idea of retirement is.
Yeah, but you can't live like that the whole time. And then the next phase was sort of like, I think it was like, now what do I do? Where you're kind of lost. And then the next phase is you're searching for something to do. And then the next phase was you were depressed because you couldn't find anything to do. And then the last phase was sort of finding your purpose. And hopefully you lived long enough to find your purpose of retirement.
Is that where some of those people, if they don't make it through to that finding their purpose phase, is that where they end up going back to work?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is that...
Yeah. Oof. Don't want to do that.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. So, I mean, and his whole talk was sort of getting you mentally prepared and maybe helping you skip some of those uncomfortable steps. And so I started thinking more about, I guess paying attention to people who were already retired or just entering retirement, and listening to their experiences. And so we've kind of come up with a few things that we think are kind of important to think about heading into retirement.
I kind of started thinking about it too, because I watched, I forget Wes Moss. I can't remember what his podcast is called. We'll put it in the description below after we figure out if we remember. He talked about having core pursuits and having at least 4 or 5 of them. And he talks about core pursuits as being things to keep you active, like reading and tennis and golfing and just social activities and just all, having hobbies. And he talked about all those things. So it made me realize that you can't just jump from being at work every, 40 hours a week to not having anything to do. So happy retirees.
Right. So it's sort of managing those expectations. You're not going on vacation,
right.
But doesn't mean you're not enjoying yourself. But you're living, because you first of all, you can't afford. Most of us cannot afford to live our whole life as if we're vacationing. Yeah. I mean, not the way we vacation. So
and not the way we saved for retirement.
Right.
Either, so.
Yeah. So those two don't match up very well.
It's things to fill your time, basically. So.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people who they retire and they miss their jobs because they miss that routine. So you need to make sure that when you're retired, you still have a routine, and you're not just getting up aimlessly and not doing stuff. So yeah, I think there's a lot of that. I think a lot of people retire and they identify so strongly with their job, and it gives them sort of a sense of self and of self-worth. And so it's like, what do you do to
now what?
What do you do to fill that? I mean, there's a lot of things you could volunteer, you could mentor someone. There's all sorts of things like that can kind of give you that sense of purpose.
Yeah. So that's it's just a changing of your mindset.
It's interesting
Preparing
because
for.
because we're looking at traveling around and maybe eventually ending up with a house in Europe somewhere. And people over there, when you meet them, they don't ask you, so what do you do? That's an American thing, and maybe a Northern European thing where they're very work focused. People are like, oh, what do you do?
Or what did you do even if
right,
you retired?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, what did you retire from?
Yeah.
In a lot of places in Europe, nobody cares. Work is just what they do so that they can go on vacation in August.
Have experiences.
Yeah. For me, it's getting away from identifying myself with what I did and just trying to figure out, who I am. So, but it's hard though. I try to get away from asking people what they did when I meet somebody, and I'm stuck. I'm like,
what else do we talk about?
I don't know where to go from there. So that's definitely a mental thing, a paradigm shift. I have to change.
I've worked hard the last few years on my days off. I am not a pharmacist. I don't want to identify myself with that. I want to have experiences. So I think that's going to be an easy process for me, but we'll see. I don't know. Once I get there, I may be going, who am I? What do I do?
Right.
We'll see.
And like I said, our goal is to end up in Europe somewhere, maybe Spain, maybe Portugal. We haven't decided. But I guess what you have to learn coming from the States when you go over there is patience. Bureaucracies move very slowly over there. People move very slowly over there. You've got long lunches, and
so the store might not be open when you want to go.
Right. And we've talked with people from Portugal, and you might make an appointment to have work done for you on Tuesday, but it might not be this Tuesday. It could be next Tuesday. It could be the week after that. You never know. And that's just the way things are. They're all good with that. So
we don't run our lives like that here, but I'm actually kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, but I'll accept it.
I don't think I like the slower pace. Because my job is a fast-paced thing, and I think I'm really looking forward to no deadlines, no expectations, no.
Yeah, I'm going to slip right in because I am slow-paced.
I don't want that deadline pace any longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
And then the other thing is it's just about sort of keeping your mind sharp and active. I see so many people retire. My mom did this. After my dad passed away, you get up in the morning, turn on the TV, have breakfast, watch TV,
QVC.
Have lunch, watch TV, have dinner, watch TV, and go to bed. And it's like, really? There's too many people that do that, and it just seems like a waste.
They become part of that. I think that's how they identify now. They look at that and they feel like they're involved in those people's lives or that life.
Right.
They can follow
without putting a lot of effort in.
Yeah. That doesn't.
I say for me, I like to read. Not the stuff she likes to read. I like fiction.
I'm kind of geeky and like self-help and knowledge,
which is great.
Things.
It's great for us. She does that. That's great.
To learn things.
Yeah, but I'm more into the fiction stuff, and I'm actually trying to write a little bit of my own. So that's been an interesting process.
Learning things.
Yeah, I'm learning that.
And YouTube. We've been learning a lot about YouTube, and how to run our devices and cameras and edit, and I get to do research, which I really like.
There was something else I was gonna.
I interrupted you.
No.
Keeping your mind sharp.
Mind sharp. It's not. You should have seen me yesterday. Yeah. Oh no! It was there. It was there just for 1 second. It was there. The other thing is just playing games. We are in a rummy battle for a while here.
Who knew I was competitive?
She's very, very competitive. We'll just leave it at that. Oh, that was the other thing. Yeah, that's right. It's already down here. Learning new languages.
Oh yeah.
So we've been very fickle on where we're going to end up. So we looked at Portugal. So I studied Portuguese, and then we thought, oh, what about Italy? So I studied Italian, and Italian, that's the most fun. That's oh, arrivederci. It's just fun to say. And then we thought, oh, maybe south of France. You know, taxes are good there and stuff. So we did a little French for a while, and now we're on to Spain, and so we're doing Spanish, and now I can't keep them all straight.
I don't even know what to learn, but I will learn it once we decide.
But you know, that's like the investing thing. You got to do it sooner than later.
True. Maybe I'll just learn Spanish, and I work with a bunch of Mexicans, so
See?
they can teach me.
Yeah. Although Castilian Spanish, the one they speak in Spain, is different than the Mexican Spanish. They sound like
The words are the same, though.
but they sound like they have a lisp. I would like
don't make fun of them.
cinco cervezas. I end up lisping everything because everything is a th. So yeah. Anyway, I digress.
We'll learn it.
Yeah. So that's sort of the whole mental thing. If you guys have any other sort of mental things you think you should address that would be important, leave that in the comments, because I think there's really a lot more to this topic. So yeah, we'd like
That's what I was just sitting here thinking, is what else is there changing your mindset is a plus, but also patience and learning things and stuff is also a plus, but there's got to be more to it.
And we've been looking into the slow travel route, where you travel around the world and live a month in each place, and what we've learned from all the different YouTubers we watch on that is that you got to remember that you're living your life. You're not on vacation, because you'd never be able to afford to do it if you did like a vacation. So you've got to cook at home.
I don't know if I could keep up with it being a month-long vacation, or 6 months or years of vacation. I couldn't keep up with that.
Yeah.
So this is keeping that mindset is a good idea.
Yeah. So that's what we've got on this one. So thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
And hit the like button and subscribe. And leave us any comments if you have any comments to leave us.
And the bell.
And we'll ring the bell so you get notified when we do post a new video, which should be next week.
Follow us along on this groovy adventure.
Yeah.
See how we do.
All right.
Till next time.
Huevos rancheros.
Bye, guys.
That's not.
I moved it too fast.
Yeah.